One mistake in Blox Fruits' third C is costing players 3 to 4 hours of grinding every single day, and almost nobody talks about it. If you just reached the third C in Blox Fruits and you feel stuck or weak, you are almost definitely making at least one of these 5 mistakes. These aren't tiny things. These are the mistakes that keep players grinding the wrong enemies, using their fruits completely wrong, and wasting full afternoons with basically zero progress to show for it. And the last one, mistake number 5, it is brutal. Fix these 5 things and your entire third C experience changes overnight. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is your complete Blox Fruits third C guide, covering the 5 biggest beginner mistakes players make the second they arrive. We're talking real specifics here. Buso Haki levels, Buddha builds, Ken Haki upgrades, race V4 order, all of it. No fluff, just fixes. If you're new here, subscribe right now because we drop Blox Fruits guides like this every single week. Let's get straight into it. Mistake number 1. Mistake number 1. Grinding in the third C without maxed Buso Haki. This one sounds basic, but the number of players arriving at Haunted Castle or Tiki Outpost with level 2 or level 3. Buso Haki is actually insane. Here's what you need to understand. Third C enemies. We're talking zombie NPCs at Haunted Castle, pirates at Pirate Village, the elite pirates scattered across the map. These mobs have massively inflated health pools compared to anything in the second C. And if your Buso Haki isn't at least level 5, preferably maxed at level 10, your damage is being cut by almost half on every single hit. Buso Haki in Blox Fruits adds a flat damage multiplier on top of your moves. Max level Buso Haki gives you plus 15% damage on all attacks. That stacks directly with your fruit and fighting style damage. But here's the thing. Most new third C players don't even know you can keep leveling Buso past what they had in the second C. You level it by holding M1 attacks on enemies while Buso is active. It takes time, yes. But spend one session just farming Haunted Castle zombies with Buso active the entire time, and you will hit level 10 Buso faster than you think. And it gets worse if you ignore this, because elite pirates, the mini-boss tier enemies that drop the best third C loot, have a hidden damage reduction that only Buso Haki bypasses. No maxed Buso? You're tickling them. Fix this first. Everything else builds on it. Mistake number 2, using Buddha fruit completely wrong in the third C. Buddha is still one of the absolute best grinding fruits in the game. It is a mythical beast-type fruit. It costs 1.5 million Beely or 1,200 Robux, and the reason players love it is the transformed state. When you activate Buddha's Z move, Transform, your hitbox becomes enormous. We're talking a radius that hits every enemy in a huge area around you just by using your fighting style or sword moves. That's why Buddha grinders are so fast. But here's the mistake. New third C players using Buddha are pumping all their stats into Blox Fruit Mastery. Wrong. Dead wrong. Buddha grinding is a hybrid build. You want your melee or sword stats to be high, because in Buddha form, your fighting style moves and sword moves are what deal the actual damage. Buddha just makes you gigantic, so they hit everything. The correct Buddha build in the third C is max out your sword or fighting style stat alongside your fruit stat. Dragon Talon and Superhuman both work incredibly well with Buddha because their AoE moves shred every mob in your inflated hitbox simultaneously. Players who go pure fruit stat with Buddha hit like noodles in C3. Don't be that player. Restat at premium stat reset if you have to. Buddha grinding with a maxed Superhuman or Electric Claw setup is some of the fastest XP you will ever get in the entire third C. Mistake number 3. Completely ignoring Ken Haki upgrades. Ken Haki, also called Instinct, is the dodge mechanic in Blox Fruits. You unlock it in the second C, but the third C is where it becomes absolutely critical, and where almost every new player lets it rot at level 1. Here's the problem. In the third C, the Soul Reaper boss, the Cursed Captain, Island Empress, these bosses and the elite pirates all spam ranged attacks and AoE moves constantly. If your Ken Haki is low level, Your instinct dodge only activates occasionally, and the window is tiny. But maxed Ken Haki, level 10, gives you a dramatically wider dodge radius, more dodge charges, and the ability to sense attacks from further away. You level Ken Haki by getting hit while instinct is toggled on. Yes, you have to take damage to level it. The fastest way to do this in the 3rd sea is to go to Haunted Castle, toggle instinct on, and let the zombie NPCs swing at you while you tank the hits. It feels weird, but 10 minutes of this gets you multiple Ken Haki levels. And it gets worse if you skip this, because without high Ken Haki, you will get absolutely destroyed in 3rd sea PvP. Other players with maxed instinct will dodge your leopard combos, your dough moves, everything, while you're standing there eating every hit they throw. Level your Ken Haki. Do it early, do it now. Mistake number 4. Rushing Race V4 in the completely wrong order. Race V4 was added in Update 17 Part 3, and it is one of the most powerful upgrades in the entire game. Every race, Mink, Ghoul, Dragon Race, Cyborg, Angel, Shark, gets a V4 form that gives insane passive buffs and a unique ability. Mink V4 gives you Tushita tier speed and a lightning dash. Dragon Race V4 gives you a stat boost and a completely broken transformation. But here's the mistake. Players rush straight to the Haunted Castle area trying to do the Cursed Captain raid or the God's Chalice quest before they have Race V3 properly completed. You cannot unlock V4 without finishing V3 first on your specific race. Each race has a different V3 requirement. Mink V3 requires you to complete specific tasks under a time limit in the 2nd sea. Ghoul V3 requires nighttime farming on specific NPCs, and players constantly skip steps and then wonder why the V4 questline isn't triggering. The correct order is, confirm your V3 is fully unlocked and activated. Then go to the 3rd sea and locate the Sickman NPC near the Haunted Castle area to start the V4 chain. Also, and this is huge, you need a God's Chalice to start the V4 process. The God's Chalice drops from Elite Pirates in the 3rd sea at a low drop rate. Farm Elite Pirates first. Stock up on at least 2 or 3 chalices before you even start the questline, because some steps can fail and you will need extras. Skipping this order costs players days. Mistake number 5. And this is the big one, the one that wastes hours every single day. Players in the 3rd sea are sailing between islands manually to farm chests and hunt sea beasts instead of using Leviathan and sea beast bounty hunting efficiently. Here is the situation. 3rd sea chests respawn on a timer and are spread across multiple islands. Haunted Castle, Floating Turtle, Great Tree, Tiki Outpost. Players sail from island to island manually in their boats and wonder why they're broke on belly and barely earning fragments. But here's the thing. Fragment farming in the 3rd sea is almost entirely tied to sea beasts and raid bosses. Sea beasts in the 3rd sea drop 30 to 50 fragments per kill. If you're not running Observation Haki V2, also called Ken Haki V2, while sailing, you cannot see sea beasts spawning beneath the water. You're sailing right past free fragment money. Every 3rd sea player should be actively scanning with Ken Haki toggled while sailing and stopping to kill every sea beast they pass. Stack that with the Tidekeeper boss drops and the Leviathan event when it spawns. The Leviathan is a massive sea boss that drops enormous fragment rewards and rare items that other players are selling for millions of belly. And it gets worse. Players who ignore the daily Blox Fruits code resets and the bonus XP windows from raids are leaving free progress on the table every single login. Stop sailing aimlessly. Hunt sea beasts every trip. Stack your fragments. That is how the best 3rd sea grinders actually make progress fast. And that is all 5 mistakes. Buso Haki not maxed, Buddha build wrong, Ken Haki ignored, Race V4 order skipped, and aimless sailing instead of sea beast farming. Fix these 5 things, and the 3rd sea completely opens up for you. If this video helped you out, drop a like right now. It genuinely helps the channel more than you know. Subscribe to Roblox Today for daily Blox Fruits guides, tier lists, and update breakdowns. Comment below which mistake you are actually making. I want to know. See you in the next one.